Hello, good morning. How's everybody? All right, so this thing, I have stitched in our 3 signatures. This thing's a heifer, guys. It's a heifer. So we have our first flip, and then we have a signature with lots of journaling cards and writing space, more journaling cards. We're going to be fixing these today, so let's get out some stuff. I have a piece here of black, so we'll use this up, and then we'll see where we go. So we're going to finish up the tags today, and then we're going to talk about the next journal, because we have the votes have been cast. I'd like to say we have a consensus, but we don't. We have a tie. So then we have one here, more journaling card. This is a doily over the top paper clip. Another journaling card here. This is just a little envelope kind of thing. It's a folio. It came with the kit, and we just paper clipped it on. Maybe. Let's try putting the paper clip on first and then putting it on the page. That might be helpful. There we go. Okay. We have another tag here. Let's go ahead and add a top to this. All righty. So I'm just going to go in here and just get these tops finished and kind of show you guys as we go through. And then we're going to talk about the next journal. So if you're new here and you don't know, you can vote for what my next journal topic will be. Then we have a little pocket here, with a little writing space. We don't have anything in the pocket, but that's for them to use. And then we have another little tag. Let me get the other color out too, because we're working 2 colors here. Hello, Miss Nicole. All right, where is that brown? I don't know. Here it is. Okay. It's a brown. Now, this is uncrinkled. Seam binding. I don't know. I just haven't gotten to crinkling it yet. I have to do that. I don't even know if I have a video on how to crinkle seam binding. But unfortunately, the person that I buy my seam binding from, they're on vacation. So I can't order any right now. And it kind of sucks because I really need some. Okay, let's put that one and this one. Get it together, guys. There we go. All righty. Nice journaling card, a nice big tag. Here we go. Another tag. Let's put a piece on that. I'll be honest. I think that when you crinkle this, it actually works better than just leaving it flat. Unfortunately, I don't have time to crinkle it because that'll take like 15-20 minutes. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. But it does, I think it just works better when it's crinkled. It's more pliable. So to speak. Alrighty. So we're just going to finish these up, and then we'll talk about the next one. And again, if you want to participate in that and you would like to be a part of the poll that decides, what each journal is going to be, you can join my Facebook group, and they vote over there on what the next one's going to be. Hi, Harry. And we get a pretty good response from that. Although I have to be honest, sometimes we do get a tie. Righty. We have 2 little tags, so we'll do 2 little pieces. You know what? I think we're going to do those in something a little different. Let's do those in some baby rickrack. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I like that idea. If I can get the rickrack off the card. Here we go. Let's get a piece of that out of here. Because they're littler tags, I just want to use something smaller, something a little bit more dainty. Something more manageable. So, waiting to hear from Michelle. She went to the doctor this morning for some test results that we've been waiting on. So I'm waiting to hear from her. Sash is still in Ohio with her sister, trying to help her sister through her testing and her treatments. Yeah, Michelle's okay. She's weird sugar, weird sugar. So I don't think she's diabetic, but her sugar's just bouncing, and so the doctor wants to check a couple of things, and so they had her go in to do some testing, and because it's bouncing, it would be different if it was like always too high or too low, but it's not. It's like some days it's really high and some days it's really low. And I know that, if your sugar gets out of whack, it can make you tired and stuff. And she's been really tired lately. So the doc is just making sure that everything's copacetic. Another tag. We're going to get out our tiny attacher, also known as a freaking stapler. I don't know why they call this thing a tiny attacher. It is not tiny. It is huge. It is a huge vintage style store stapler. There. Where'd that come from? There it goes. Right there. And that is the end of the second signature. So now we're going to take a look at the third signature, which is the one that I did off camera. All right, so we don't have any tags here. No tags in there. I don't think we have any in here, but we're going to check. Nope. Okay, here we go. So this is the third signature. This is the one that I did off camera. We've got a little file folder in here. We have a big tag with a tab right there. This is a book page pocket. And then we decided to glue it down. So we have another tag up here. We could go with a little bit thicker of a tag, but I decided I wanted to make this one like a bookmark, you know, that you can move around throughout the book so that you know where you are. I'm not even going to put, originally I thought I was going to put a folio in here, but I'm not going to do that because this thing is already a chunker all on its own. But you can see that it's got a little wiggle room in there. And then you turn this over and we've got a huge journaling card with a kind of a belly band that is a, you know, a cluster. Then we have some writing space over here. We have another one of those little file folders back here in a pocket. Then we have a window pocket right here that opens up, and there's a journaling card in there. Then flip that over. There's another pocket right here with a little folio you can put some cards in, and we're actually going to be putting this in there when I get it back today. So we're going to put a pin in this because we got to finish this up. Let me grab the pins. Speaking of weird sugar, I'm going to check mine real quick because I'm a little shaky. And that's not normal. Yes, everything has to have a cool name. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fun. Like, come on. Slow stitching. They turned hand sewing into slow stitching. It's hand sewing, people. It's not a new concept. It's hundreds of years old, thousands of years old. Now we're just going to check sugar real quick. Nope, it's good. It's a little high, actually, but I just ate breakfast, so. And then we have a paper clip here that's just holding on a journaling card. And then I put a little tag here, so we're going to go ahead and put a top on this. Boo, boo, boo. We'll use this one. A little bit of Ricky Racky, you know. If I can get the Ricky Racky to go through the hole. There we go. All right, so that's going to be in there. And then we flip this over. And we have a little pocket here that has nothing in it. And we're going to put this in there. So we're going to put a pin in that. See, we have a few things still to finish in this one. Boop. And then I have a little journaling card over here. And a little journaling card here. Lots of writing space. More writing space. I have a little journaling card in this pocket. Open that up. There's a little pocket here with a journaling card. And then just nice big writing space here. More writing space. This is not a pocket. It's just a detail. Then we have a nice big journaling card. It goes right here. And that is actually hiding this flip, which has a couple of journaling cards inside of it. More writing space. Here is a pocket with a little journaling card in there. Some writing space. Another tag. Let's use up this last piece we got here. Hi, Christine. All right, so putting that in there. Another tag. Good Lord, I was tag happy this day. See, I did this all in one day. This third section. I did it all in one day. I was bored. I'm very much of the philosophy of if you stand still, you're going to stop, you know, and I don't want to stop yet. All right, so tag in bucket. Oh, Another over-the-top doily tag. Nice, big, huge journaling card here. Some writing space. Another cluster with a journaling card in there. A nice big tag. We're going to put a top on this. Let's go through there. All right. Goes in there. Then there's another tag over here. And this is the last flip. And then the 3D belly band. So that is like the whole thing. We got to finish those 2 spots where we have to pin. So let's go ahead and finish this one. And all we really want to do is just back this card. So let me move this out of the way real quick. And let's see if we have... Oh, where's the bag for this? Because there might be some paper in there. Ugh. Harry's on the back of my chair, driving me nuts already this morning. Okay. We have this, which is kind of cool. So we're going to put this on here. Little glue, if the glue works. Probably won't, but we're going to try it anyway. Barely. It's barely working. I get like a workout on my hand trying to squeeze this glue bottle. Okay. I want this piece right up here. Ah! Ooh. Scissors. Let's get this out of here. Get that out of the way. Round the corners on this. Then we'll put some ink on it. Get it in there. Okay, gonna need more ink. I think there comes a point when your dauber gets so old that it just doesn't absorb any more ink. You know? It's like, no. Change me out. All right, so, and put that in there. Leave the other pocket for somebody to fill. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in its pocket. And then we have this one to do, which we really don't have anything to do with it. We just put it in there. It just goes in there. And that's it. Now, we need to figure out the front cover and the closure. And I'll be honest, I really don't have anything planned here. I don't know what to do. let's cut that out. Let's cut this out. Why not, right? Okay, we got that part. Hate making the closures. I know. I went yesterday and I got a belt. I thought maybe a belt. I don't know. You know, it's just, I don't know. All right. So I'm fussy cutting with big scissors again. I'm telling you, one of these days, the craft police are going to knock on my door and they're going to be like, "You have violated the first rule of crafting." I'm going to be like, "Ah." I don't have to go to craft training 101 or something. The judge will sentence me to some kind of remedial craft school. Okay. Now, let's put some ink on that. Okay. We're going to put some ink on this too. Hi, Mary Kay. All right, let's see. What should we do? What should we do? Let's see. No. I kind of like that. I don't know why. Let me ink it and see. I don't know. Nope. Don't like it. Let's see. Needs something. It can't just be that. It needs something. Let's see. this out, take a look. No. Too brown. Let's take a look in our little ephemera bag here and see if there's anything. It's too brown. That's too brown. Maybe if that was smaller. Not that I can't print it smaller. I can if I want to. I might even have one smaller. Let's take a look. No, not the same impact. Nope. No. 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 Nope, 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 nope. That's a no. That might work. What do you think of that? I think I kind of like that. Let me get all this off my desk here. Right? Maybe. No. I thought maybe, but no. Nope. The covers always drive me nuts. Right? A big question mark. I wish I had one in a die cut. That would be awesome, but I don't. Or I probably do, but I don't want to dig for it. It would take me 15 minutes at least. Let me put this trim back up. I put Arlene's box away. There we go. I think that's it right there. Let's ink the card and see if we like it. That's it right there. All right, we're going to do that. Here we go. So we're going to put this down first because we want it at an angle. Here we go. At an angle like that. Yes? Okay. Then he's going to go right there. He's the only thing that's going to be straight. And this is going to go like this. So let's get this. Glue. Should have ran these through the Xyron, but I didn't. So we'll live with it. And then he'll be straight right there. And then, let's see. What to do. Very light, I think. Let me grab my markers real quick. It's my fine tips, you know. Yep, this will work. I just want to add a little highlight in the coat. You know, just a little zhuzh of color. So he's not quite so gray, you know. My coloring skills leave a lot to be desired, so my apologies. Bring that hat band down a little bit right there. And his tie. shirt. Okay. All right. So we just added a little bit of color here and there. I'm going to put some Wink of Stella in the background. Let me grab my Wink of Stella. Just a little bit, you know. Just to kind of pop it all off. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I have this belt that I thought would be a good closure on here. To tell you, it was very hard to find a belt. Unfortunately, it has these studs on it. So let me cut that part off. And then I'm going to cut off this part. We'll do that something else. But I think that if we tack that on there and we tack this on here, I think we're going to be okay. So what I want to do is I kind of want to, you know, fasten the belt. And decide where I'm going to be putting holes. La la la. I think. All right. I think we're going to take this last hole off. Okay. And we are going to pop a hole down here. Okay, I'm always telling you guys this. Be brave, ladies. Be brave. Here we go. All right, so we're putting a hole in. Let me grab my taps because I want to put a tap in here. Well, I got to mount this belt, you know, so I got to have a way to do that. I think because of the belt in the book, I think we're going to use the bigger one. Okay. So this is going to go through the hole that's on the belt. Then through the hole in the book. Oops. Through the hole in the book. Pressing down the top on. And then let me get my hammer. I gotta get my hammer bammer. Hold on. Hammer bammer. Ah, there's Bam Bam. Okay, got Bam Bam. Heavy mat. Bam Bam. Now that sucker's on there. Now I'm going to cut this to about like that. Unbuckle this. We're going to put this one right about there. So we're going to put a hole in here. hole. Oh, we got to put a hole in here. I'm going to be able to see this too. Yeah, that's going to be good right there. All right. Let's get another one of these out. I'm going to flip the whole book over for this. All right, so tack through the hole, flip the book around. Put you down. Book, go that way. Thank you. Okay. Top. Bam, bam. Okay. Now, yes. I'm going to take some of this off because it's a bit, no, I'm leaving it. Screw it. All right. That's it. She's done. He's done. It's done. That thing is done. Wow. What a heifer. And we want to take a guess at how much this sucker weighs. I think it's going to be up there. Okay. Probably should have done it so the buckle was at the back, but I am going to take, if I take too much of this off, what'll happen is it'll stand upright, and we don't want that. Should have done it the other way. Christine says 3 pounds. Well, let's find out. It is a heifer. Okay. Ooh. 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Not that bad. All righty. So there she is. He is. It is the book. It's done. So we have this belt, which will extend out 2 more clicks. So, you know, we could actually make it a little tighter if we wanted to. You know, not in use. Tuck it in the middle. Why not? Here we go. Look at that. It's tucked in. But yeah, there she is. Wowzer. What a thing. Now, I could go a little further with the cover. I could put some tea-dyed rickrack on here, possibly, if I wanted to. I don't know that I'm in the mood to do that, though. But, you know, this is a very secure closure for this book. And it's stitched in very nicely. Our stitches were very even on this one. And the book itself is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. No folio, though. I'm not putting a folio in it because if I put a folio in it, it's just going to make it wider, you know? And I don't want it to be any wider than it already is. So that's it. She's done. All right, moving it over. So we did do a poll over on the Facebook group. If you remember the Facebook group, you were able to vote to, you know, try and figure out what the next one's going to be. There were 4 topics this month. And I'll explain the topics. I do topics based on what I have ready to go. So for each of the topics that I put in, I have everything that I need to complete that journal. Thank you, Mary Kay. Thank you, Christine. So they're all in a bag, just like this one was, you know, and they're ready to go. because I don't want y'all to have to wait while I try and figure out what we're putting in it. So the 4 that I had ready to go this time was, of course, Alice, because I've had that one ready to go for a little while. Let's see. Spam Law Office. That's what I get. Spam Law Office. Thank you, Miss Nicole. All right, so please leave a message after the tone. So we have Alice because, of course, I've had an Alice journal ready to go for a while. I have a botanical because I always have botanicals. Then the third choice was bees because I have a bee journal ready to go, and we've been on and off. We've been working on some ephemera for that one, and travel. Now that's because I bought a huge download of journal papers for travel journals. So I have a lot of digitals for that. I don't have a lot of other things, but I do have a lot of digitals for it, and I have an idea in my head. So travel themed as opposed to Traveler's Notebook. So we had a tie. We had a tie between travel and bees. So I thought that the best way to kind of break the tie was to roll the dice. So, odd for travel, even number for bees. Our random number generator happens to have dice. And it has 2 dice. We're gonna do 2 dice. We can do up to 10 if we want to. We're gonna spin it. It's 8. That is an even number. See? 6 and 2. That's 8. So we're gonna be doing the bee journal. This one should be quick. We've got everything done. We just need to put paper in it. Okay. So I did decide on the bee journal that we're going to use the build that I did for the video. One of the builds I did for the video anyway. We're going to use this one. Again, I don't know that we're going to use as many signatures. We might only do 2 signatures in this one and just a lot of flippies. Or 1 small signature. I don't know. But looks like we're going to be doing bees. And we do happen to have a set ready for bees. I don't know where the hell it is, but we do have a set ready for bees. I'm going to be cleaning out the Sherlock Holmes because there's a lot of usable stuff in here. And then there's some stuff that really just needs to go away. So our next journal is going to be bees. I don't know. And I have some other, some different topics going in for the next one. I think there's going to be a holiday one going in. Fairies. And something else. So this one probably will take about 2.5 to 3 weeks to finish because we have a lot of stuff already done for it. And then we'll move on to those. I think I actually have like 5 choices for the next one. Let me see. Let me move Heifer out of the way here. All right, what do we have? We have a fairy journal. well, actually, we have two fairy journals. We have a pink fairy journal and we have a forest fairy journal. And we have, there's another one. Just got to find it. I know I put it in here. There it is. Just gotta find it. Yeah, we'll do that. Restart later. Go away. Where did I put it? I don't know where I put it, but I have like 5 that we're going to be putting in for next month's, for the next journal selection. I'm retiring Alice for a while. I think. I think Dragons is in there. There's a bunch of things. But we have a couple of different ones that we can pick from for the next one. So I'm going to put those in, and we'll see what we get. What else? I think that's it. I'm going to clean this out, find the one that's got the bee stuff in it. We'll get that pulled up. I think there's an extra video this week. Let's find out. Brain's not functioning right now, guys. I'm tired. I don't know. I haven't been sleeping. All right. So today is the 18th. The slot pocket video came out today. Tomorrow we'll start the bee journal, and we'll have art therapy tomorrow night, and then we'll have a craft with me on Friday. We're going to alter some puzzle pieces, I think. Then we have mixed media. Now, next week, we have our game on Sunday, and then we have ticket clusters on Monday. Wednesday is the video is going to be released on how to build these bases. Okay. And then we have a tag twofer. I have no idea what that is. We're having a tag twofer. Hey, Red. So we already have a cover because I made it in the video stream, in one of them anyway. I don't know if this is the final one or which one was final, but I think the final one was just plain black, like this one. I kind of replicated this one. This was one of the builds. This might be the thumbnail for it. But there were some issues with the construction on this. So mainly I got glue on the fabric. So we just kind of covered that. Shoosh. These things happen. You guys have no idea how many of these I make to get one video. But we're going to get all of this stuff cleaned up and sorted, and I will get the bee stuff out. And tomorrow we'll start the bee journal, and I will start the post for the next vote. So we'll have that to do. All right, so everybody already knows what's going on. That's it for me, guys. That's all I have today. I just kind of wanted to go through and finish up the Sherlock, which we did. We got the closure on it, and figured out which our next journal is going to be. And that's it. So if you're new here, subscribe. If I haven't offended you yet, I will eventually. So subscribe and hang around. What else? Check out the community tab or the post tabs or whatever it is that YouTube is calling it now. And my Facebook group. Both of those are going to give you a list of everything that I have going on, free classes coming up, things like that. There is a class coming up, free class. And there is, of course, a Patreon, the Patreon meetup for the quarterly projects. There are a few of those still available. If you want one, just contact me through Facebook or, email, and I will get one out to you as quickly as possible. We're going to be scheduling that. I'm waiting for the last to be delivered. And what else? I changed my desktop. It's cleaner. It's the other side of the icky brown board. I decided I'd go with the white for a while, And check out the Ko-Fi for some free digitals, or scoot on over to my Patreon to support the channel. Entirely up to you. Until I see you again, stay hydrated, stay cool, and stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye.